The female lead enters a business marriage with Gu Yan and has secretly loved him for 8 years. Yet on their wedding registration day, Gu Yan abandons her immediately, stating they will live separate lives after marriage. He then travels abroad with his white moonlight Zhao Weiwei, leaving the female lead alone at home. Overwhelmed by grievance and regret, the female lead suddenly sees floating novel bullet screens and awakens to the truth. She's the heroine of a tragic romance novel. In the original plot, she endures all kinds of hurt from Gu Yan and Zhao Weiwei foolishly in the early stage. Later, Gu Yan goes through the regretful chasing wife arc, and she forgives him to embrace a perfect ending. Disgusted by the ridiculous plot, the female lead refuses to be a love-struck heroine who moves only by self-sentiment. While overseas, Gu Yan sends her a voice message mixed with Zhao Weiwei's giggles. He even pushes the WeChat contacts of his younger brother, Gu Yiking, and his close friend Fus In to the female lead, telling her to date them to kill boredom. The bullet screens condemn Zhao Weiwei's deliberate provocation and Gu Yihan's selfishness, advising the female lead to cherish the two high-quality male supporting characters. Letting go of her obsession, the female lead takes the initiative to send friend requests to both men. Gu Yiking is a popular celebrity with an exquisite appearance. Though he pretends to be an online dating expert, he is actually a lifelong bachelor. Shocked to be introduced to the female lead by his brother, he asks for her photo. He is instantly fascinated by her beauty, takes the initiative to show his well-stoned ABS, recommends himself flirtatiously, and acts coquettously towards her, calling her sister in law in a sly and cute way. Fu Xian is a noble and cold elite in the capital circle, indifferent to strangers on the opposite sex. Yet he has secretly had a crush on the female lead for years. He makes a video call right after accepting the friend request. The female lead boldly teases him to keep her warm at night, leaving Fu Xian flustered and shy. After hesitating repeatedly, he takes the initiative to ask for her address and decides to go to her place at once. Fu Xian arrives at the female lead's residence with a cold and abstinent aura, freed from her former infatuation. The female lead gets along with him openly. Fu Xian stays to accompany her that night gently and properly. In the following days, he visits her every day, keeping her company with thoughtfulness and cooking delicious meals with superb culinary skills, gradually winning her heart. The female lead playfully asks him to take off his shirt and wear pink lace apron, creating an ambiguous and sweet moment. Just as the atmosphere between them heats up, Gu Yiking messages the female lead, inviting her to a family dinner at the Gu family old house and coming to pick her up. Panicked, the female lead hides the half-naked Fu In the bedroom before opening the door for Gu Yiking. Sensitive and observant, Gu Yiking senses something unusual. When the female lead goes to the bedroom to change clothes, Fu In pins her against the door and kisses her, almost being discovered by Gu Yiking. At the Gu family old house, Gu's parents are kind to her and regret that Gu Yan indulges his white moonlight and neglects his family. At the dinner table, Gu Yiking takes great care of the female lead and flirts with her ambiguously under the table, showing undisguised fondness. The female lead is arranged to stay in Gu Yihan's room for the night, with Gu Yiking living next door, hinting at closeness. Late at night, Gu Yan sends an intimate photo with Zhao Weiwei on purpose, pretending it was sent by mistake to provoke the female lead. Later, Gu Yiking knocks on her door, imitating Gu Yihan's dressing and demeanor, offering to be his substitute to test the female lead's feelings. The female lead admits his side profile looks exactly like Gu Yan, making Gu Yiking jealous and coquettish. While they linger ambiguously, Gu Yan calls suddenly, ordering her to pick him up at the airport on his return on Saturday. The female lead refuses directly, saying she will accompany her boyfriend, then hangs up and blacklists him. Gu Yan returns ahead of schedule, forcing the female lead back to their wedding house and accusing her of cheating. The female lead retorts that they agreed to live separate lives, having every right to do the same. Gu Yan unlocks her phone with his own birthday password, finds her ambiguous chat records with Gu Yiqing and Fu Ziyan, and flies into a rage. He demands her to cut off contact with them immediately and even replies to the messages on her behalf, arbitrarily. Fu Ziyan replies, "I don't mind you having a husband. Why does he mind you having a boyfriend?" His words drive Gu Yan crazy with jealousy and possessiveness. He tries to force himself on the female lead, and she slaps him hard without hesitation. Instead of getting angry, Gu Yan is aroused and attempts to press further. At the critical moment, Gu Yiqing rushes over to stop him and protects the female lead. Soon after, Zhao Weiwei cries to Gu Yan, claiming she has a fever and needs his care. Unlike his former tenderness, Gu Yan feels irritated and perfunctory, yet eventually leaves to accompany her, glaring at the female lead with resentment. Completely disillusioned, the female lead takes out the fake marriage certificate bought online and decides to end this absurd business marriage. When packing to leave, Gu Yiqing hopes they can get divorced. He is overjoyed to find their marriage registration was never legally valid and the certificate is fake. Seeing the female let off, Gu Yiqing acts pitifully, claiming he has nowhere to go and begging her to take him in. Back home, the female lead finds Fu Ziyan already waiting for her. When Gu Yiqing meets Fu Ziyan, the two become hostile to each other, accusing one another of poaching his brother's wife. Amid the awkward standoff, Gu Yan comes back unexpectedly. He claims to have broken up with Zhao Weiwei, starting his regretful pursuit and begging the female lead for forgiveness and a fresh start. Fu Ziyan and Gu Yiqing both stand in front of the female lead to confront him. The female lead reveals the truth publicly. Their marriage never took legal effect as Gu Yan left halfway on registration day, and the certificate is fake all along. Her 8-year secret love was only forced by the novel plot, not genuine affection. She tears up the fake certificate, sees through Gu Yihan's selfish double standards, and cuts off all ties completely. Unable to accept the rejection, Gu Yan squats on the ground humbly to pick up the broken pieces and keeps pestering her. He waits outside her door all night, begging her to remarry him with the taped certificate the next day. The female lead wakes him up rationally, pointing out his retention is only possessiveness and plot arrangement rather than true love, and refuses his plea firmly. She then tells Gu Yiqing and Fu Ziyan their fondness for her is mostly driven by the novel plot instead of sincere feelings, sending both of them away, thinking the chaos is over. The female lead is surprised when Gu Yiqing arrives with luggage begging for shelter 2 hours later, while Fu Ziyan follows with fresh ingredients to cook for her. The three finally start an ambiguous and warm life. Breaking free from the tragic novel fate, the female lead no longer wastes emotions on the selfish male lead, taking full control of her own life and embracing sincere affection and freedom.